And you are
And
live.
here we go. What's going on, people? It's the Xbot 448 coming to you with my first ever hangout. And it's actually a really good time to do this because some major news has dropped today. And I'm talking major when it comes to the Xbox One. So I'm joined here with my boy, the Game Filter. Phil, go ahead, introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? Game Filter here.
Now,
Chilling.
now, Phil, I'm pretty sure you've seen it. It's all over the internet today. Microsoft had some huge announcements. First off, starting June 9th, they will be offering an Xbox One without a Kinect.
Mm-hmm. We'll
Hmm.
definitely be talking about that.
All right. Now I know it went as far as when they first, showed the X1. They said the Kinect was integral, and basically the X1 couldn't run without it. Now they went ahead and changed that and said, all right, you could disable your Kinect and still play your games. I guess that wasn't good enough. So now they're gonna take it out completely and drop the price to $400. I just want to know what do you think about this, man?
For me, I know it's the same for you, but I really think they should have stuck to their guns. They shouldn't be taking it out, and I understand why they're taking it out, and I understand they want to compete with the price point and everything, and kind of it's just another thing that makes them like seem like they're just trying to do what Sony's doing, and they don't need to do that. They just have bad rep for bad decisions that were made previously, and now we got Phil Spencer in charge, and they're making big changes. But I would rather them have kept the Connect, bundled in there because that's kind
Definitely.
of the biggest difference between the consoles is the way the Connect and the system work together.
Yeah, that's one of the ways I'm thinking. I mean, one of the things one of the first thoughts that came up, came to mind when I read the news was I feel really I kind of feel sorry for the people who buy one without a Kinect in terms of navigating the menu. Just navigating the menu itself. I mean, with the Kinect, you just say something and it instantly appears.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not saying the menu is bad to navigate with the controller. It is more of a hassle.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't even do it now as it is. I always use the voice commands. Sometimes I use the hand gestures. Sometimes I use smart glass. It depends on what I want to do. It's options.
yeah, and then with what you said about differentiating itself from the PS4, that is a big thing to me because when the X1 as it is now, everyone is shipped with a Kinect. What are the developers what motivation are the developers going to have when it's going to be able to go without it as well? What motivation are they going to have to put some type of Connect feature into their games?
And we'll still have games with those features, but I think it's definitely going to change. A lot of more developers are going to be like, well, we don't need to add it anymore. So you never know really, and it depends as well as how many SKUs are selling without than with. Because if they start selling more of them without it, that could be a problem for the people who do like it in the future.
All right, yeah, definitely. I could definitely see where you're coming from there. I also have another thought crossed my mind is this could actually be incredibly brilliant by Microsoft. And just hear me out on this. All right, you sell a system without the Kinect, okay? You let it go for about a year or so, and then you start showing something called augmented reality, in which really can't function without the Kinect because it needs the motion and everything as well.
Yeah.
If that turns out to be really cool and people just, their jaws drop and they're like, oh, wow, I really want that. What's to stop Microsoft from selling to Kinect at like 140 and then actually making incredible profits down the line?
Yeah, that would surprise me if people would actually pay for it. That extra amount when you can just get it bundled in there anyway. So that'll be something to watch out for.
I think it might be a little jab on the people that were like, well, we don't really need the Connect and stuff like that. Not the people that have tried it and were like, I really don't like it, But the people who decided to buy another console and pointed out the Kinect as being trash when they never even used it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I see those comments on the internet all the time, and I'll let you know it really gets on my nerves because they've never tried it. They've never experienced how quick and fluid it really is, and it's made me lazy going through like the menus and everything like that. Being able to just say what I want to appear on my screen. I will say I'm a little lazy now when it comes to that.
Sometimes
Um,
I even find a few hidden gems that I didn't realize. Maybe they just added it in with some of the updates, slide it in there, or they just didn't really push those commands. But there are commands for just things that you didn't even know sometimes, like uh, what is it? The like one that I started using more often now because I didn't even realize I could was Xbox go to messages, I believe it is, and it opens up your messages and just stupid little ones like that.
nice. Yeah, and you don't
Sometimes you
have
don't
to
even know
go.
they're there.
Yeah, you didn't have to go into your friends list, or you didn't have to go up into the notifications above and read what messages and stuff like that. That's a really cool feature. A feature that I didn't know existed until after the fact is you know me. I usually do all my videos on Upload Studio.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll sit there and have the game DVR running for 5 minutes at a time, and so it takes up a part of my screen and everything like that. I didn't realize that I could just say Xbox Snap Game DVR, and it'll ask me if I want to just grab the last 5 minutes of the session that I had. So this way I still have my full screen. So this way I see everything that I'm shooting at. I see things a little bit bigger and stuff like that, and it makes my gameplay, my uploads look better because it actually looks like I know what I'm doing. You know?
Yeah, I think it's weird. I guess I'm pretty sure you can run the game DVR and unsnap it, and it'll still record, and it'll actually give you a little notification or a sound or something when it quits recording if you go past your 5 minute limit. I had it do it to me before. I heard it make a sound or something,
Well,
and
they did have a way. There was a YouTube video saying how you could record more than 5 minutes.
I
Now,
did see that. Yeah.
now it doesn't work the way it sounds like it should, because within that, if you go to try to edit anything in that video, they'll only post 5 minutes that you can edit on. Like I did an 8 minute 22-second video in Forza, and I was like, wow, I could go in and really like grab all the little pieces that I want from the race and stuff like that. But when I went in there, it only let me edit 5 minutes of the video. So
Yeah.
that's kind of that was a little blow. I thought we found like a back door, and it turned out that it
I
wasn't
think
true.
they're probably gonna upgrade that down the line when they have more hard drive space in a newer SKU Xbox with a
Definitely.
terabyte or whatever.
Oh, I'm waiting for that external. I am so waiting for the external memory. I
Yeah, I
have
don't even need it yet, but I'm definitely hoping they add that soon because a lot of people need it, and I don't need it yet, but I know I will at some point.
yeah, yeah. Now, other news today. They announced games with gold,
Hmm.
which is really good, really good. It seems that they're going more towards the free games being a rental.
Yeah.
But not only that, they did say that they're gonna have some amazing discounts in the games with gold on like full retail games. Do you have any thoughts on the games with gold and what they're gonna do with that? Or
Yeah, it's I still haven't really read into the old rental idea, but I really don't like that idea. If they're going to copy Sony and start making it like, oh, you have to pay your gold fee or you lose the games, then I don't like that. But you know,
yeah, yeah.
what are you going to do? I pay it anyway. I get it every Christmas, and so I'll ask for Christmas. Hey, can I? I'll ask my mom or somebody to get me gold. I don't typically have to pay for it. Now,
Mhm.
if most people were to do it that way, be like every Christmas they could ask for gold. That's something you don't have to pay for or complain about. The way I see it. But yeah, the rental idea, I don't know. I don't really like that too much.
They announced that the first two games were gonna be Max: The Curse of Brotherhood and Halo: Spartan Assault. Now, I have Max. Max is an awesome game. I'm not really big on. I consider it. I consider it an arcade title, even though they don't label it that. Uh, I can't really consider it an indie because Press Play is owned by Microsoft, so they're not really independent. Um, it's a really cool game. Spartan Assault, I can tell you, being a Halo fan, my opinion, it's probably the worst thing that has ever come out in the Halo franchise.
It should have stayed on a phone.
Yes, yes, it was made for the phone. It was made for the tablet. That's where it should have stayed. But
I'll take it for free, yeah, but I would never pay for that.
I
That
got you.
game, you can beat it in like an hour.
I'm not. It just seems like what Microsoft is doing is they're listening to the Sony fanboys that are talking basically talking smack about certain things.
That worries me, actually. I believe that that stuff is happening where a lot of them haters are going in there and they're purposely trying to wreck what we have. You know what I mean? It could
Yeah,
happen.
that's it's definitely in back of my mind. It's something that like especially today with hearing these announcements, it's like a lot of these people that are tweeting these things aren't even considering buying the system anyway. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying? They're just trying to make it look more on par with the PlayStation 4 so they can just gloat, well, hey, we have more power. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't have anything to really differentiate yourself from the PS4 except, your exclusives and they can go around just trying to tout that they have more power in their system. And
I mean, yeah, there's going to be. I mean, it's really about the games for the core gamers. That's all they care about. They don't care about the other crap. So
but
for me, I don't know. For people with families and if you're older, like maybe our age, like in your 30s or and up, you kind of need more than just games because there's just other things to do in life, not just games. But I grew up on games, obviously, and I played hours upon hours of all kinds of games on Nintendo, Sega, and all that crap.
oh
And
yeah.
the older I get, the less time I really have to put that kind of time into gaming all the time. So, especially with a family, so it depends on your own situation. If you're alone, I can see people who don't have a family to worry about. They're going to want to just play games. They have the time for it or whatever,
Mhm.
so it depends.
Well, see, I actually use and this is one of the main reasons why I got the X1 is I use titles like Connect Sports Rivals and Zoo Tycoon to actually bring in as you know, me and my wife, four boys between us,
Yeah.
and those type of titles that get the kids up and going. We have 6-year-old twins that when I put on Zoo Tycoon and I go to the interactive part where the animal comes up and it basically does the
Feed
facial
it.
expressions and stuff that you do, the
Yep.
they absolutely love it, and it does turn into like quality family time. um
That's true.
I try to look at the full spectrum. It has like my Halo, my Titanfall, my basketball, but then it has this other option that it can bring everybody together into the room and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the Nintendo is trying to be more about the home family and bringing your friends in and playing together in the same room kind of stuff. And you see a lot of people on the internet lash out at that, like, oh, that's not cool. I'd rather pay my 50 or 60 a year and play online with people who are jerk offs because we
I
like
think
that.
I think there's a balance, especially in
It is.
today's day with games being like uh such a foundation within the entire entertainment industry. I think there has to be a balance between the two, and I like how Microsoft does recognize that, and they do their best to keep that balance. Um, and it's one of the reasons why I usually go for their systems. All right. With that being said, there was other information. It actually started breaking yesterday, talking about I guess Phil Spencer tweeted that certain apps like Netflix and Hulu Plus are going to be taken out from behind the paywall of Xbox Live Gold.
That's
Now,
definitely cool for some. I could say, that doesn't affect me at all. I don't care. I don't use Hulu. I
That's
borrowed an account for Netflix, so I don't pay for Netflix anyway. I'm borrowing somebody else's account because I just happen to have a friend that was like cool enough to, hey, you can use mine. So that paywall doesn't affect me, but I understand there's plenty of people out there that, I don't know. It's weird that somebody would want to buy Xbox knowing that if you want to play online, you have to pay anyway, obviously. So you're going to have those apps and stuff no matter what. But if you're buying an Xbox to play offline, you're on the wrong console.
especially with the quality of Xbox Live. Like I know there is a price point. Sometimes people might not, be able to afford that price point or whatever. I've heard rumors of people like calling up Microsoft and getting like a 40% discount on a year and stuff like that. But I don't know. Do you think it's going to make any kind of difference? Do you think they're going to sell more because
No,
of that?
that's definitely not going to help sales. I think if anything, it's going to calm down the fanboy wars about, oh, we don't have that paywall or we do or whatever.
Hmm.
That's about it.
I mean, I think it was a good decision. I think it was,
Yeah, definitely.
a long time coming because that was one of the things going back even early into the 360 when Netflix debuted and everything like that.
Yeah.
Um,
You
I
shouldn't have to pay. There shouldn't be a paywall for that stuff, so it does make sense to take it
um,
away.
I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference though.
No, not for most of us.
So I mean, kudos to Phil Spencer for getting this stuff done. Um, I'm still my mind is still blown about the Connect news.
I could be wrong, but I think there's a possibility that you're going to see Elder Scrolls Online in front of the paywall now as well, so you won't have to pay that extra. If you don't have gold, you should be able to still access Elder Scrolls because they already got their own fees that you have to pay, and
Yeah, it's like $15 a month, man. I
and
mean,
dude, people
that's
are so upset about that game already. So I'm already avoiding it just because of what I've heard so far isn't good. But since they delayed it for consoles, we'll see
mhm,
what they do. I don't know.
definitely,
I'd rather
definitely.
have another single player adventure from like Skyrim, Oblivion style.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. As far as all this news wrapped up into one package, and it's coming out like right before E3. I just I wanted to share with somebody. I do have a theory on this, and I want to see what you think about it. All this information, and these are big things that they could have waited until E3 to announce, and I think it would have been big announcements at E3. I think what Microsoft is really trying to do is kind of pull the rug out from Sony and the stuff they might talk about at their conference at their E3.
Yeah, they don't want to lose, so that they're trying to make the changes are happening because people are going on the forums. And if you ever, anybody who wants to be a part of Xbox should be using those forums if they want to make a difference at least. Because if you go and bitch about things they're changing on Facebook or Twitter, you're not getting results. You need to be in the forums. You need to be in
Yeah,
there, arguing with the people trying to make changes you don't like to try to stop them, or you should be supporting those changes if you want them. And that's
and,
how you get shit done with Xbox because they watch the forums, and that's where these changes are coming from.
and it's funny because not only do you know that, but so too do these extremists as well. These Sony extremists know that, and that's the only thing that gets me kind of iffy on some of these decisions. But now, Sony can't talk about a price difference. I know they're going to talk about sales and such, but it
Yeah,
seems that what they're doing is they're taking all that and they're taking this information and releasing it now. So this way at E3, they're just going to blow people away with the new titles that are coming out. I hope they have a DirectX 12 kind of like showing
there's
because
rumors of that.
because I talked about it in a previous video, but with the ability to use even the 6 cores of the 8 in the processing unit,
Yeah,
to use that evenly, I mean, you don't even have any specs that can judge how much that processing unit can do. because no other unit today, as of right now, processes data information that way.
There's also just something that maybe some people don't think about, even if it's something you would think, oh yeah, that makes sense, but not everybody's sitting there thinking this is just because the Xbox's GPU isn't like is as powerful as something in a PC Titan type shit. It's really the DX thing. The DX12 is it's about the tools and the software, but it's also not even just that. It's also your TV. So depending on the TV you're running and the software that they upgrade and shit like that, all makes a difference too. So like
Yeah,
maybe they're getting to the point where you don't need super powerful GPUs if their software is getting so good that they learned how to condense these things to fit into lesser GPUs. I mean, that's kind of what they're trying to do.
yeah, and I I could just see, like, I've done extensive research into DirectX 12 and how they changed the way you write a game and have like the console process it. They have made it so streamlined, so easy on the hardware as well as the developers. From what I've seen, I've watched the Microsoft build. Um,
Yeah.
any information about DirectX 12, and I'm pretty much on it.
Yeah, I'm on it. If it's anything Xbox related, usually it gets my attention no matter what.
And I just think that Microsoft is setting themselves up right now to, take all those other things that people talk about with the X1 and kind of nullify that. So this way people will actually focus on the games at this year's E3.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's their new focus
yeah,
altogether, completely for Xbox as a whole. Their focus has now been put on gaming because the people have spoken. Basically, they want to
mhm,
talk about games, and that's it. They don't care about all this other crap. You always see people bitching that, oh, you watch TV on your TV. Like, yeah, well, you know what? It's actually really cool. So screw
yeah,
you.
yeah, to be able to like say I'm waiting for people to come in and play Titanfall or something like that. I can switch over and like catch up on ESPN on the playoffs right now, and then I'll get a notification that the game is ready, and I'll just tell it through the Kinect to switch over to Titanfall, and I instantly go right to where I was and start playing my game. It's
And not
really
even
cool.
just that. It's just cool that you can jump around. If you're just playing a game and you want to break, you pause your game or something, and you want to jump to something else and go back to it later. It's just nice. I know that PS4 can pretty much do something like that as well. I think they have that now to where they can jump out of a game, do something else, and come back to their game as long as they don't put on another game. Because none of us can do that. You can't run simultaneous two games and switch between them. Although you never know in the future they might try to
I've
make that
I've
happen.
switched between a disc-based game to a digital game before. Uh,
That I can see why. Yeah, that could make sense.
I had Forza digitally. I was playing NBA 2K. The game wasn't going the way I had wanted it to, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna step away, get kind of refreshed and stuff like that. So I switched right over to Forza, and it was actually in the career right where I had left off, and it
Yeah,
was pretty cool. Yeah.
that's a great feature. I like it. I know that they both. I know both consoles can do that, so that's not really a major thing, but it's really cool for everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it today. Unless there's anything else you wanted to add, any news, any rumors, anything you might want to talk about, man.
Believe it or not, there hasn't been a lot going around lately. I mean, just stuff that's not that important, really. Mostly rumors of what could be at the E3 and
Yeah,
stuff. I mean, other than
E3
that,
leaks, like there's
yeah,
like two or three Microsoft E3 leaks going around,
yeah,
and some of it seems like it's plausible, but other stuff is just completely asinine, for lack of a better term.
yeah.
But yeah, yep. um to my fans out there, people that come subscribe to Xbot 448 and to everybody new. This is my first ever hangout, and I'm here with my boy Phil. Um and it's been fun, dude. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, maybe we'll have better luck next time. Get an extra guy or two involved. It's nice to have, 3 or 4 people to conversate.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like, I don't know. I'm very pleased with my first one though, and I'm definitely glad it was you, Phil. You were the first one to become my friend on Xbox Live and in the groups that I joined on Facebook, and you have been a constant on my friends list since the beginning, man. And I
Yeah,
really
and
appreciate it.
don't it's kind of weird. I'm also in that same category with Anchorman as well. I did his very first Google Chat Hangout. I was on that one, and a few more after. And somehow we haven't been able to meet up together on one of his Google Chats yet.
Yeah, I know. I was on one of them, but you weren't there. And then
Yeah,
I got to be honest, for some reason or another, it's just I haven't really been on V Army that much lately. I've been, doing what I have to do in terms of my channel.
yeah,
Uh, I got, I talked to Gibmeister XB1.
yeah, yeah. Great
Um,
guy.
but yeah, so dude, I really appreciate it. It seems like you are the entry level to YouTube in terms of
Yeah,
hangouts and stuff, and
I'm like the starter guy. I help you get going.
I feel like I earned my badge today. Um,
That's
all right,
cool,
man.
man. I like doing this stuff. It's really cool. I don't put enough time into my channel that I should be. At least not right now. I don't know what it is. I just haven't been in the right mindset or something, and trying to, I don't know. Sometimes I'm turned off from it because all the negative stuff flying around, people hating. You get dislikes because you like Xbox. People thumb you down for it.
Yeah, yeah, like my wife's brother. But anyway,
Yeah, like
my wife's brother, he has a tendency to there. You're gonna see at least one thumbs down on my videos all the time, and that's him.
um,
Um,
I was just gonna say one last thing about that is like just a couple months ago I had done a guitar solo with my Kinect, using the Upload Studio, and it wasn't special or anything. I just did something completely random, like here I'm gonna record it and see how it comes out, and
yeah,
it literally has 3 dislikes and like 4 likes. I'm like,
really.
why is somebody going to dislike that I played the guitar through my Xbox? Because I'm on Xbox, or I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, when you put yourself out in the public domain, everybody thinks differently, everybody acts differently and such.
Yeah,
I would say, dude, just keep doing what you're doing, do what you enjoy, and don't even think about the quote unquote haters out there, man.
yeah, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I got to just put more focus into what I should do with my channel because I don't want to be another news guy. We have so many guys doing the news that are good at it, and
Yeah,
I don't want to be doing the same thing. And then if I do Let's Plays, there's like a billion of those channels. I don't want to be the same as everybody. So I've been trying to think of a way to maybe integrate my gaming and my music together and make it like little music videos. I did it once already. I took like one of my little songs and I just took footage from Titanfall and I played the music in a little boombox towards the Kinect and recorded the audio, and it actually came out pretty decent, considering that's, I didn't use a computer to do it. I just straight through the Xbox, recording with the microphone on the Kinect and everything.
oh, I got you, man. That seems pretty cool, and that's one of the things about Microsoft. Like you can find different ways to use their devices, and um, I don't know if we'll definitely keep in contact. If you need help with anything you could think of, we could brainstorm together and see if we could come up with something to do on your channel, man.
Yeah, well, we always have the option to hang out on Xbox, on a party or whatever.
Yeah, dude, you're basically on all my devices, man.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, this is the Xbox 448,
And the game filter.
my first ever hangout, chilling here with the Game Filter. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and there's definitely more to come.
Hey, don't forget to put a link in for me if you could.
No doubt, dude, no doubt. All right, brother, man.
All right, guys.